Hey there, great to have you in this training today. My name is Chase Jordan, and this is a journal from 1997. And the entry I want to share with you privately here in this training is from March 2nd, 1997, after my 5th session with my very first coach. Let's dive into the presentation. I want to share something with you. So here's what I wrote about my coach that day in the entry. This was, again, my 5th session. She makes me feel safe. She makes it easy for me to trust her. She is highly skilled. She makes me better, like a lot better. She's like nobody else in my life. Now, take a quick pause here with me. She's like nobody else in my life. That's what coaches should do. That's that emotional feeling that I had back then. I was 19 years old. Can you imagine? It's a big deal. So today I'm going to transfer, and here's my vision for you. I'm going to transfer some knowledge that's going to help you understand more about coaching. And I'm going to get into the details here in a second. So if you're interested about coaching and you've never done it before, great. If you're a manager, you want to be a better manager, you want to become a coach, great. It's a great place for you. If you're a coach that hasn't charged yet, that's great to be here as well. And oh, by the way, if you're a coach that's charging but not charging enough and don't quite have enough clients, this is definitely for you. So here's what we're going to transfer today. I'm going to teach you this. How to be better than anyone else in your market. There's a way to do that because look, I'm going to teach you about coaching, but I'm going to teach you about the essentials of the essentials coaches don't usually have nowadays, and that's actually how to get clients. The 5 secrets you can use today to launch and grow your 6-figure coaching business. In-depth review of the new role of the coach in society, the biggest mistakes new and existing coaches make and how you can avoid them forever. That's what I'm going to give you today. And finally, how some coaches take their business from 5 figures to 8 in less than 18 months. We've seen that quite a bit. So Chase Jordan, who in the world am I? Well, that's me right there at the age of 7. I was raised by a single mom, so on and so forth. But here's the deal. Nowadays, I'm known as the coach other coaches call to dramatically improve their skills and revenue. I've reached 7 figures with a coaching career alone. I do a lot of different things, but as a coach, I've been able to reach that. 25 years as an award-winning coach, trainer, and coach. So I've done a lot of both. Over 247,372 paid clients, and we've onboarded a couple today. The world's strongest coach. One of the most under the radar CEOs of this planet was called the Robert Wojcicki. He built half of Ottawa and Montreal. He was a big Canadian developer, and you never know who he is. But anyways, I went into his organization for many, many months and coached his leaders. And he literally called me out of all the coaches and all the consultants he had the strongest coach. I'll take it. So this is my town, Saint-Sever, Quebec, Canada. And that's my little house there. My mom and I live there. Then we had no money, barely any food in the fridge, but we had a lot of love. And that church right there was basically where I was raised and born and had fun with my friends and ran around and just had a pleasure. Now, if you were to stand in front of that church, see those red doors? If I were to plunk you right there and turn off the lights, turn on the PM side and just look out, here's what you would see. So from the church, you would see these mountains. We had no money, but you know what? We had this beautiful view. We went skiing all the time. There was social programs for poor kids like me, and I got to ski quite a bit. Well, at the age of 18 and a half to 19 and a half, I was off to America, right, from Saint-Sever, that great little town. There's my mom and I. That was a borrowed suit. I thought I had to wear a suit, have a briefcase, and I had, my graduation ring there, I could tell. And I was hired by Choice Hotels, and I was able to go into Quality Inn and Comfort Inn and they needed coaching for their leaders. Well, what happened then is I went from that to speaking to many, many rooms, which then brought me to all these great organizations. Now, that's business coaching, leadership coaching, also CEO executive coaching. And I was able to do a bunch of great work and then some. So because I had done that, bottom line is I was asked to teach. Can you come and teach coaching to all of these great organizations and universities? And I did that. So that got me a lot of great corporate work. But nowadays, I live in Naples, Florida. That's the Naples Pier. It's one of the most beautiful piers in the world. It's one reason why we're here. Our little dogs. There's my son, Jacob, my wife, Chris. And nowadays, we literally work from home and we coach every single day. And we help recruiters and consultants and coaches. And we do it from home. It's just a brilliant thing. All right. So most of the days, if I'm off, you'll find me on my boat with my family right there, my best friend Kelly. So, all right. So why am I so different? Okay, you should listen to me because I've done a lot of coaching in my life, but I've actually coached humans, lots of them. Nowadays what you do is you get folks that sell, 1,000,000 ebooks, which I think is fantastic, and they call it coaching. That's not coaching. I've actually coached human beings, lots and lots of human beings, not ebook sales, video views, or just courses that nobody talks to, right? So actual life and business coaches, that's what makes me different. And by the way, I've had over 63 coaches of my own, so I'm a true believer, and I still coach every single day, and I probably will for the next 20 years or so. So I'll have 50 years plus behind me. So bonus for attendance, thanks for being here. 2 fun bonuses I'm going to offer you. It comes right out of our Pro Coach curriculum. It's yours free when you complete the training today. And then I'm also going to be very transparent with you. I'm going to review Pro Coach, our flagship program on coaching. It's the grandest bonus stack, by the way. I'm giving you a library of bonuses that'll blow your mind and the largest discount you've ever seen because we've never offered it before. If you're interested, if not, you can just leave. Not a big deal. Very low pressure here. So what's a professional coach anyways? As a coach, since 1996, I've called myself a professional catalyst, okay? I was in chemistry class one day. I learned what a catalyst was. And when I began coaching, I really related to that meaning. So what does it all mean? Here's what it means to me, okay? A coach is a catalyst, and it's a highly skilled individual that empowers, provokes, and speeds significant change or action in another person while skillfully using minimum effort of their own. By the way, please take some notes. If you need to go and grab a piece of paper and pen, please do so. And if you want this presentation, just send us a quick email. I'll send it to you. So what does a professional coach do, right? Many coaches. So here's Chase. Here's me, my opinion on coaching. I have never been formally trained. I'm self-taught. I've learned it by actually doing it and getting results for people. So here's what I think. As a coach, I support, develop, and inspire my clients through minor and major change in their lives or business. I've done plenty of life coaching, plenty of business coaching, both using modern day evidence-based approach. So that's my quote. You can write this down, use it if you'd like. If somebody says, what does a coach do? Most coaches can't say it. So here it is for you. As a coach, I support and develop and inspire my clients through minor and major changes in their lives and businesses using modern day evidence-based approaches. I wrote that back in 1999 or 2000, something like that. I've had this for a while. So here's a little bit more meat on the bone, if you will. A coach utilizes specific skills and evidence-based tools to help another person unlock their full potential in order to actualize a clear and objective vision. You can take a snapshot of this as well. Here's a little more meat for you. A coach extracts what is already inside a client to establish long and short-term goals, focus transitions, and clear path for their clients to experience long-term transformation. Finally, you can say, man, I know what coaching is now. Great. So here's coaching a little more defined, a little more granular for you. My client draws while I, as a coach, support, develop, and inspire. So the client does the work. Okay, but I'm a professional. I'm highly skilled. I have a bunch of these tools. I've flopped. I've fumbled. I've made messes of myself. And now, not now, but it's been a long, long time now. Excuse my little cough. For a while, I just know what I'm doing, right? And I use evidence-based tools that have worked on hundreds and thousands of clients. So now I can literally help somebody. But they get that going on. And all I do is I support, I develop a little bit if I need to, and I inspire them, all right? A collaboration occurs and steps into transitions that lead to ultimate transformation. So I'm going to define that for you. So let's say the plan, as I just said, our client just drew the plan. That's the stairs. Here's our client about to take the first step, all right? So a step could be trying a new marketing technique as an example, all right? So the plan is, look, I need to grow my business, so great. Let's take a first step. Try this particular marketing technique. We do some work. We evaluate the right technique. Great. And then what we really want them to do is take that first step, but multiple steps. And then it turns into a transition. So a transition is taking multiple steps up and building a new marketing routine. So one thing would be a tactic. The other one would be, oh my God, now you're really doing this daily. You're doing multiple activities daily and really getting you forward to getting all the business you can handle. And then a transformation is reaching the top and attaining long-term change as a new person or business. In this case, the business becomes a great marketer that has predictable revenue due to the full transformation. Now this person's a full-fledged great marketer. You see the difference? Here's a little more clarification. So here's the baseline. You see that baseline at the bottom there? It's the black line. It says baseline. Great. So that's where a person is today. Unhappy or unpleased. They want to get somewhere. They want to reach a certain goal. And a coach does a few things. So a coach will help them bring a step, right? So coach type 1, there's types of coaches I've identified over time. Some coaches that aren't so successful, they're the coach type 1, all right? They help people with steps. Well, I'll help you through a couple of steps. Very little value. Then you get coach type 2. And they help you with transition, much more valuable. Now, this could be a combination of both, but let's just separate them for today. So you have coaches that'll really help people through an entire transition. Well, what we really want is transformation, okay? A complete transformation. So that's taking all the steps, going through all the transitions, and eventually ending up where there are no more steps to that particular transition. Now, we have to maintain and sustain. That's a different conversation. So the bottom line is we have to take our clients from where they are today, like at the left of your screen here, where the butterfly's not quite there, to the complete metamorphosis, complete transformation. It's the best metaphor I can find anywhere. The most successful coaches understand that success and high income live within the ability to transform their clients. Step coaching and transition coaching is great, but the transformation, that's where you want to be. That's the coach you want to become. Remember what I read out of my journal? That's who that coach was for me. That's why I felt that way. Okay, we're going to dive into that. So where is coaching now? I think the entire marketplace, many countries, if not the entire planet, has really said the coach is a big deal. So we have professors and business owners and doctors and consultants and financial advisors and therapists, and you can name hundreds of career paths. Well, the coach, in my opinion, for the last two decades minimum, has sit here, but now everybody knows it, right? The coach sits equally with the doctors, the consultants, the physicians. Can I save your life? I know coaches that have saved lives, okay? So I don't know. You determine that, but it's really up there. We have really established that the coach sits in society today as an equal to all these major professions. So when we look at earnings, well, can we actually make money? Well, validated earnings for professional coaches nowadays, many studies have occurred in life coaching, and I know because I've charged literally this and much, much more. Life coaches earn roughly $200, a little bit more nowadays, $200 per hour. And then business coaches have done both almost equally, $500 to $3,600 per hour. And I've actually charged more than $3,600 for business coaching. So now let's take a pause. Gave you a lot of information here. Don't want to do too much. It'll overwhelm you. And we're going to talk about overwhelm in a minute. So what income would set you free? Let's talk about you for a minute. If you were to become a coach or acquire a few more clients, would $50,000 set you free? Could you quit your job and go into coaching all the way? Could you do it part-time for $50,000 and make you happy? What would that do for you? Is it $75,000? The question I'm asking you is right now, write it on paper. $50,000, $75,000, $100,000. By the way, I've seen all of this come alive and true. This is not an income guarantee for you. We don't know each other that well. I'm just telling you what the market says. And then what about $1 million? Plenty of coaches earn it every single year. Unbelievable. So what would it be for you? So here's your business projection. I want to make a little bit of a business case for you here, or at least a projection of what it could look like. So let's say you had 8 clients at $3,500 per client. By the way, with modern marketing nowadays, not that hard to get that. So it would be about at $28,000. 8 new clients every 90 days. Let's say you did 90-day programming and you run somebody through a great transformation, whatever that is, in 90 days. Then you get new with modern marketing again. You can get those 8 clients over and over again. Well, at the end of the year, you'd be at about $112,000 a year. What if you only need half of that? Makes it even more easy. What if you needed just 75? I'm here to show you that this is absolutely capable. This data is actually pulled from one of our clients that actually did that. So what would that mean for you if you were able to do coaching full-time or part-time or improve what you're doing? What would that mean for you? Probably mean quite a bit, right? So now I'm talking to the managers out there that are on this training. If you're one of them and you're like, I understand that now a leader has to become a coach, and they're very different. Leadership still has to exist, but the bottom line is I've coached thousands of managers how to be coaches, because employees nowadays, they want to be coached. They don't want to be managed. And coaching is a much different process than just becoming a good manager. There's a lot of detail in that, but this is the Harvard Business Review acknowledging this. I've been saying this for 20 years. So basically, the role of the manager, in short, is becoming that of a coach. So it's very, very important. So I'm talking to you today, and you're going to learn some stuff here. So leadership, bottom line, is being replaced by coaching in the marketplace. Coaching is the mainstream. It's dead on now. So the Wharton Business School, one of the best schools in the world, if you do some Google searches, you'll see that affiliates of Harvard Medical School and all kinds of colleges are now coaching at the university level, coaching. It's unbelievable. Do the searches. I'm not going to bore you, but Columbia University, Wharton, Harvard, come on now. New Zealand management, you see it everywhere you look. Very, very impressive, and a great business case for you to understand that coaching is a big deal. So people are looking nowadays, they're just looking for an out. 87% of people, you probably are one of them, that are working for a boss now hate their lives. They don't like what they're doing. They don't want to do it, and they're looking for opportunities. Well, coaching is that opportunity for you. So if you think that, well, where's it going? So we know where we're at. We know where we're coming from. By the way, I've been coaching for 25 years. It's been around for a while, but it is hitting the mainstream now, all right? So where's coaching going? So this is funny. This is a quote, by the way. I don't know if you recognize this. This is an overhead projector, okay? It used to be the old PowerPoint or Keynote, and you'd put this transparent plastic sheet over this light that would project to a wall. Well, here's one of the quotes I had on there. I don't have the transparency anymore. It's gone through too many moves or something. Here's what I wrote back in 1999. I believe that a properly established coaching practice is the single biggest opportunity for anyone that wants a profitable home-based business that will be future-proof. I was talking about it in 1999. Don't give me any credit. I just knew the power of coaching because I had lived it in my own life. So if we look at the research, do some Google searches, okay? It's a big deal when you look at what's popping up in statistics. And there's a couple statistics I wanted to show you. So the average coaching income varies from $27,000, this is life coaching, to $73,000 American. Some specialty coaches, like myself, can earn over 100, and I'm here to say over $1 million, right? $100,000 a year. How much would you need of that to make it happen? So here's the growth of the future of coaching. 6.7% average yearly growth through 2020, and I believe that it's going to continue at this pace for the next 2 decades, and I've been right all along, so I'm going to just plant my flag and say I'm going to be right about this one. So how does a coach get from 5 to 8 figures, right? I know I'm shifting on you. I'm trying to keep you interested here until I dive into my secrets I got to show you that are going to be really, really fun. So here's what coaching is. Once you've coached for a while and you've become good at it, okay, coaching can lead to a successful digital product creation. And you've seen this, you're probably thinking about it. First of all, you have to have coached something, a topic, a technique, something, before you can put it into a course, okay? That's just the bottom line. If you haven't done that, you'll have a terrible course and it won't sell, okay? Just so you know. But if you're asking, well, is there still a market for online businesses that teach stuff, right? You think? Here's a diagram to keep it high level on you. In today's market, the online education world is about $160 billion. The projection, because of what we've just lived through, because of the way things are going, universities have been online. They're going to continue being online. And information online is going to be thriving for decades to come. So if you are a coach or want to be a coach for a while and then want to get into product creation around your topping and your coaching techniques, very, very important to know that we're going to go to $1 trillion, okay? And it's going to grow from 160 to $510 billion right up to the projection here is 2027. I project multi-decades on this one. So it's a really, really important for coaches nowadays, new or existing, to learn and lead the way, not only in their practice, but definitely spread their wings to digital product creation and courses so that they can do both and amplify their revenue. And that's how a coach can easily get from 5 to 8. Yeah, I said it, 8 digits. That's a big deal. So who has the cash to hire coaches? I get asked this in seminars. I've been doing coach training seminars for 2 decades. I started coaching coaches 4 years within my practice because people asked. They said, look, what are you doing? How do you get your clients? What are you up to? And I'm going to teach you all that here in a minute. So where does the cash coming from? That's the big question. I can't afford coaching. How can anybody else afford coaching? Well, here's a reality check. So how many millionaires do you believe, I'm asking you this right now, how many millionaires do you believe are in the world? Well, here's the answer. 51,882,000, and I'm sure it has grown, okay? They have more than one. So that many people have more than $1 million American US dollars. They own 173.3 trillion of the wealth, according to Global Health Report. So there's plenty of people with money in the world. But now let me shift your paradigm, okay? There are all kinds of people going in all kinds of directions with all kinds of incomes in the world. Would you not agree? I think you would agree with me. Absolutely. Well, let me give you an example of my own practice, how diverse my client base has been over the years. How about a single mom that earned only $41,000 a year that invested in herself? Can you believe that? Of course, a CEO with $500,000 a year income says, look, I need a coach. I'll pay $15,000 for 3 months. Great. And that's happened. A line cook earning $38,000. By the way, that line cook went from $38,000 to $100,000 that year through our coaching, my own personal coaching. I've also coached surgeons that are at $1 million. So of course, these people are no-brainers. But what about the $38,000 guy? What about that single mom at $41,000 a year that invested in herself? And then what about me? I invested in myself, and I was only making $78,000 with a son and a wife that wasn't working. I was able to go get coaching because I understood the power of coaching. So how many coaching niches are there? You know, how many topics, how many areas can I dive into, Chase? What can I do? Is it only really just a couple and there's too much competition? Hell no. How about my clients? My assistants have done this. They've researched every client we've had that actually makes money, and we're over 400 plus. I call it the hot list, but we have over 400 plus areas where you can go coach and make money. This is a list I'm giving to you as one of those bonuses for attending this training, so you'll get it after the training. I want you to go look at that. You're going to laugh out loud. It's going to blow your mind when you see what's actually making money out there. It's over 400 plus now validated niches. So how was I able to onboard my 773rd client? That happened today, literally this morning before I did this recording. Well, I'm going to teach you right now. So back in 1993, I used to acquire clients a certain way. So here today, I'm here to tell you I acquire clients the exact same way as I did back then. So here's the number one secret. I hope you're ready for this. Here's the number one secret. Marketing. So if I'm a great coach and I have great skills and people really feel that I'm a special person in their life as well. Remember my coach, how I journaled about my coach? Well, without marketing, you're done. So how to get to 200,000 clients plus or earning a living full time for decades to come? You need to know how to market. And this is the secret that most coaches don't have. So you need to use the correct marketing method, especially in the modern way now. Nobody is looking for a coach, by the way. So most coaches promote themselves as coaches, and all their content and everything they're pushing out there is, hey, hire me, I'm a coach, hire me, I'm a coach. That's why they're broke. Coaches market coaching services, as I said, and that's a major problem. So let me show you the right way. All right, here's the planet, and there's a bunch of people on the planet, and they all have questions, tons of questions. We need solutions. They're screaming and crying, and they need help. Here's the deal. We have to acknowledge that they are looking for solutions and not coaching, all right? Not initially at first. It's not what they're out there for. So here's back in the day before I was online, I would literally put an ad in the paper with a piece of content, a solution, and I would pay, I remember like $199 to go in the Sunday paper, and I would get coaching clients that way. Let me explain. So the client journey was the same back then as it is today. The client is searching, whether it's a newspaper like back in the day. Okay, I'm only 45, don't panic. But yeah, that's how I used to get clients back then. Well, now it's online, right? So somebody's online on Google or DuckDuckGo or you name it, Yahoo, and they're looking for stuff. They're looking for solutions, right? And then they land on our stuff, whether on social media platforms, which I won't name because they'll probably change by tomorrow. But we're putting content out on YouTube. I guess that'll be around for a while, and so on. And they find you, so they're really excited. And then we lead them to an opt-in page. And it's just a page on the internet. Very simple. It has a headline. It says, hey, good news. I have a solution for you, like 5 secrets to becoming a 6-figure coach. It's a solution. I'm giving it to you today, right? You opt in, you give me your email, maybe you give me a phone number, maybe you give me an address and I can mail you something. There's many modalities. Even today, yes, direct mail still works for coaching. And then you deliver that solution, okay? And I'm going to explain to you how you do that. And you say, hi, welcome. Here's who I am, Chase Jordan. Today I'm going to help you do X, Y, and Z. And you got to give them something good. Most likely your best stuff, the best solution you have that they can walk out of a door and go do right away. So they're super pumped, very excited about the solution. They love you for it. And then you continue with some follow-up via email, direct mail, text messaging, or a phone call, all kinds of variables there. And then you eventually ask, hey, since I've helped you, here's some more stuff. And by the way, if you would like, I'd love to buy you one of my clarity sessions. And I'll get into detail here in a minute about that. And the clarity session, we talk Zoom, we meet at the coffee shop, what have you, but we get together and we do a few things like clarify their goals, establish a plan. By the way, they do all of that, but you use skills and tools to extract that out of them. And then at the end of that great collaboration, they have a great plan. They're very clear on what they need to do and where they need to go and things they're going to need along the way. And we simply say this, hey, you have your plan. It looks great. We're kind of done here today. If you want to go and execute that plan, go execute it and have some fun. But if you need a little help, I have something for you and I'd like to explain that to you. Do I have your permission? Sure. What are you talking about? Well, if you need help executing this plan, here's what I do. And we go on with our value proposition as a coach, connecting coaching with a solution. And that's it. We have our new client, and that's how I got clients back then, and that's how I get clients today, and that's how I got you here in front of me, so you know it works. So what kind of solutions are they? So solutions can be anything. How to lose 10 pounds, how to open a business, how to sell a business, how to be a better lover. You name it, and you could be a coach with over 400 plus niches that you're going to get that on email. Go check that out, by the way. It's going to be cool. So solutions. How are they delivered? Well, the good news and this solution your client finds, a lot of times I get asked, well, what does that look like? Well, it could be a few things. It could be a webinar, live or pre-recorded. It could be a book. It could be an ebook. It could be an audio. It could be an on-demand class. This is an example of an on-demand class teaching you a bunch of stuff. Hopefully you found it valuable. I'm giving you gold here. It could be a phone call. It could be a video series. It can be a podcast, direct mail content. Yes, direct mail still works fantastically, by the way. A video call or an email series, video, audio, or in writing. All right, so secret number 2. Now that you understand that you cannot promote coaching, you have to promote solutions that lead to an opt-in of some kind, which leads you to be able to follow up, which the millions are in the follow-up. You'll have to learn that over time. So here's secret number 2. Take the word free out of your mouth and value your profession. Because I've coached tens of thousands of people on coaching, just on coaching, what I find is they're like, oh, shucks, maybe I can coach you and you don't have to pay me, and there's no confidence, and it leads to no business. So stand proud and declare your profession. Build esteem through proper training. Find the right training. Whether you use a pro coach type interactive system like ours or other, doesn't matter. I just want you out there coaching with confidence. So build confidence with daily practice. If you're not coaching every day, at least one session per day, you're costing yourself some stuff. So free research, the bottom line with coaching is you have this lab when you coach every day and you gain that confidence and you build your esteem. It's like a free lab. You can try tools, you can try different ideas. It's a great bonus to coaching. So never offer free anything again. Hey, let me give you a free session. I touched on this a minute ago. Make sure you write this down. Here's what you tell somebody. If somebody says, what do? You tell them what you do. I showed you that earlier. Hopefully you wrote it down. Oh, and by the way, if you want this presentation, stay till the end. I'll send you the slides. So let me buy you my signature clarity session. What do you mean buy me? I will buy it for you. I will literally pay for it out of my own budget, and I'm going to offer it to you. Okay? But I'm buying it. It's not a free anything. It's a major mind shift. Don't skip this. This is a very, very important thing that coaches don't understand. You have to say, buy. Let me buy you my signature clarity session. It's 60 minutes or a little bit more. It won't cost you anything. And then we can really show you what I can do for you and honestly get you to that next step. Big deal. And that's how you're going to close many, many more clients. This is one of the very important secrets that people skip. Secret number 3, overwhelm. Well, overwhelm is a big deal. Not in the coach's world. Coaches have huge hearts, and let me explain. Coaches get a clarity session set up that they buy for somebody. Usually they'll say, hey, let me give you a free session, right? I hope you don't ever do that again. And if you've never gotten into coaching, that you will start on the right foot, okay? And if you're a coach that's existing already, you know what I'm talking about. So too much, too fast. I'm giving you a lot of information. So I'm breaking my rule a little bit because I want to add the most amount of value in a 45-minute training session, okay? Well, too much, too fast is an amateur move in coaching. So most people will be repelled, will run away from a coach or a consultant, by the way, if you try to do too much within a 60-minute thing. Just remember, if you were to learn anything, you're going to learn 5 secrets today, right? But in a clarity session, in a comp session, you might call it, let's just get clarified on one goal. Let's just talk about 1 or 2 key priorities, and let's get the client to move forward on one idea or one plan or one goal, and do not bombard them with information. I had to slow that down for you because this is critical. I see it all the time. I've been with clients that have gotten permission to listen in on a Zoom call or a FaceTime or a Skype, what have you, and literally within, 15 minutes or so, I can tell that they were giving too much. The client was getting overwhelmed. So one clear discovery. That's all I want you to do. In that clarity, let's one clear discovery, one clear and strategic action plan, and resist the urge to give it all. Here's what happens, okay? So coaches have a lot of intelligence and maybe even more heart, if that's possible. And the heart takes over. You see, it's out of balance. That's what really happens. So I'm here to tell you today that you can't, with 25 years of experience, I've made all the mistakes. You can't go heart versus brain. It's not about brain versus heart. You know, if I want to give my heart because I want to help people, that's what coaches do. And I want to share everything I know because I know so much. Great coaches do know a lot. If you're a newer coach, you don't know what you need to know yet, but you're learning today. Well, it's really about an equal synergy. Really, the mind and the heart working together. This is very important. So here's secret number 4. Don't take any of these lightly, by the way. The bonus secret. So skill set and evidence-based. EB is evidence-based toolbox. Most coaches don't do well. They start off and fail. They start off and can't charge. They start off and can't get clients, so they can't leave their job that they can't stand because they don't have the tools, right? They read a book. 1 book won't do it. 10 books won't do it. By the way, you should read them all, but that won't do it. You need a very specific training program. So understand and use evidence-based tools that we know that either therapists have used in the past, and by the way, we're not therapists, we are coaches. We don't deal with psychology. That's too crazy. If somebody's sick, we don't help them as coaches, okay? We are not going there. We don't have to. We don't need that kind of business. Send them to therapy, refer them to someone else. So develop the skills that will demonstrate your value proposition. So you need to develop those. Like at the beginning, I shared a slide with you. You should know that by heart. But more importantly, When they interact with you, when a client interacts with you, they experience something special and unique because you have the skill set, right? You're not just somebody that thinks you're a good coach. I had a client not that long ago, was a soccer coach and was a great soccer coach, but wanted to get into life coaching and failed horribly because he thought he was going to be a great coach because he was a great soccer coach. This is a very different kind of coaching we're talking about here today. So we really, really have to understand that. So when they interact with you, they experience something special is very, very important. And that's through an evidence-based toolbox. Clients think the following: there's nobody in my life like this. Remember, I shared that out of my journal. I repeat it all the time because if there's something that's very special about a coach proposition, is that we are somebody that are going to enter your life and help you get that goal achieved, because nobody else, because of our tools and our skill set, we're like nobody else in your life. We're very, very different. I get told this over and over again because it's true. That's what coaches do. So here's the modern professional coach. Again, I don't want you to think I'm an amateur by giving you so much information. But that's kind of what this class is all about, isn't it? So, and it's a little bit different than a clarity session with me, which I would only really go to that one goal, one plan, be very clear on one or two next steps. So as a coach, you're a supporter, a developer, a change agent, and a leader. Now we can do a whole presentation on every single category, but for today, I just want you to understand you're here, you're in the support and the development business as a coach. Okay, that's a big deal. You're also a change agent, and there's a whole lot to talk about there, and you're a leader. As a coach, yeah, a coach is a leader is a coach. And I know I said coaching is replacing leadership. It is, but there are still some great aspects of leadership there. We're trust creators. We create safety, extremely deep understanding of the client's world, their bubble. We have the skills to get to know them on a level nobody else knows them, many times even their spouse. We have great questioning skills, and we're role models, and we're extremely competent with those evidence-based skills and that intuition. Lots of intuition live in that competence. So we're also visionaries. Not only do we hold the vision for the client, we hold the client's vision. Don't skip over that. We hold the vision in front of them. If the client says, I can go make $100,000 a year in my business, I'm here to tell them they can probably make 150. And then we're going to hold that vision up and build a plan towards it. We're visionaries, and we hold that vision for them, in front of them, and we expand upon it. We're architects. We're great planning machines. We understand how to plan and guide a client through the most evidence-based planning process to get them from A to B or A to Z. And then we're entrepreneurs, and that's where the mistakes live. Coaching is a big problem for many because they can't get clients because they don't understand that you have to be an entrepreneur and a business owner and a marketer, and you have to learn all those aspects, and it's not all that complicated at all. We actually spoke about a very evidence-based marketing plan for you. So experience design I want to touch on. Create a safe environment. First and foremost, the client will not open up, will not listen to you, won't do anything unless you create trust. And here's the deal, and there's a way to do that, and it's a whole other time, it's a whole other hour of training, but here's the deal. Know that you have to build trust. During times of change, humans are vulnerable. Fear of decisions, movement, others, and planning. This is life coaching, business coaching. People have fear. We're just human. That's just how we are. You're like that. I'm like that. So we help recenter the client. That's what a coach really, really does. We help keep their vision in front of them and high-level support through planning and transitions. We offer, because of our skills and our listening skills, our questioning skills, and a bunch of other coaching skills, we're able to move that forward. So the correct tools and training. Here's some insight on this. Find a great training program. Okay, a book just won't do it. You need an interactive live program. Find one in your town. You can join Pro Coach today. You can do what have you, but get something special. Go deep into behavioral change. Learn everything you can, because businesses have behavioral changes and techniques on how to change culture and behavior, and I've done a lot of training around this, that will really help you do that. So you need a program that will teach you those techniques. You need that in your toolbox. Acquire dozens of tools and learn them well, all right? We can go on and on today, but questioning tools and connection tools and planning and development, visionary tools, these are all out there for you, but you have to learn them. Then you got to practice them. Many times people learn something, go to school, go to college, and never learn to apply anything. So establish a long-term plan for your practice, and all this can be done with good training and development. So secret number 5. Here's what coaches don't do and they need to do. Strategic branding, an outcome-based program or package. So what we sell as coaches are programs and packages that are time-bound, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year. I have all shapes and sizes, and that's our solution. The problem with coaching is somebody will go and say, hey, would you like to learn the 94 steps to marketing a small business? No, nobody's buying that. This 94 steps, I have no time. Remember, the first thing that's going on in the client's mind is I have no time. I have not necessarily the resources. So you really have to come up with something that they're going to get excited about for them to take out their wallet. And by the way, they do when you do it right. So you need an outcome-based name for your program, for your package. You can name it what you want. I like to mention both because you don't have to be pigeonholed by any means. So here's an example. A 12-week launch your consulting business program. Oh, so you want to become a consultant, you want to leave the corporate world? I just had a client like this, which is great. Very high fees, by the way, literally a $25,000 engagement. So a 12-week launch your consulting business program. Is that more interesting than anything else? What does that say to you? It says, wow, in 12 weeks, I could have launched my consulting business program. Yes, I want that. What about this example? A 3-month find your soulmate package. Wow, in 90 days, I can be on track, if not have my soulmate. I'm interested in that. How about a 4-week finding your first 10 clients program for a coach? Wouldn't that be interesting? Is that something that you want? So here's what these do. Okay, branding best practices. Here's what all 3 of those did. You need to define a branded package for yourself that has a few things that are benefits driven, that are extremely specific, and then there's a time promise, right? Here's the deal. 10 clients in 12 weeks. Great. I'm going to get 10 clients in 10 weeks. There's a benefit. It's very specific, and there's a time promise. So list all the benefits. If you were to do this with me right now, I'd say write all the benefits of your coaching program. What do you do? Do you help people gain 10 pounds of muscle? Do you help people sell a business? Do you help people buy a business? Do you help hospitals with their customer experience? What do you do? List all the benefits. And then what are the most powerful outcomes, right? Like make money quick. That's a very powerful outcome. Find your lover now. Lose fat tomorrow. All very, very powerful. Start with the most powerful benefit and add program or package at the end of it. And then add a time, right? Short and easy. Give it a time bound, though. Bound it by time, 12 weeks, 6 months, what have you. Directly connected to your client's desire, pain, or relief. Here's what we know. When you do a branded, you really craft a branded program for yourself that you can sell very easily, it's usually because you're relieving pain or removing pain. Avoiding pain, removing pain. These are very, very powerful. What about wants and desires and craves? So what does your client want? What does your market want? Bigger biceps in 12 weeks? Do they want to, open something? Whatever it is, do they want to lose weight? Do they want more clients? Do they want to learn marketing? Do they want a better social media presence? What is it? What are their wants and desires? What do they crave? And then make sure your branded program says what it does. Benefits, time. So here's my program. You will get this in this amount of time. You can remove this pain in this amount of time. You can acquire this craving, this desire of yours in 12 weeks. Very, very important. I see it all the time, not being used correctly. And then you connect coaching to attainment. What we do with everything you've learned is we teach somebody something, then we invite them to hang out. We craft a great plan for where they want to go in life or business. And then we say, look, by the way, you can go attain this on your own, or I can help you as a coach reach those objectives. May I tell you more? And they say yes or no, and usually it's yes. So time for review. Let's take a quick review at what we've done here in the last 45 minutes. And I was really good on my time here. So we know that the coach is equal to a consultant, doctor, business owner, professor in life. It is a serious, substantial career choice. We also dug into, well, what is a coach? What do they do? And where are they going in life? We understand who purchases coaching, who has the money. Everybody's got the money, all shapes and sizes. We understood how to sell. I explained to you exactly how to sell coaching services nowadays. We talked about all of the secrets. Literally, there are only 5 major secrets when I boil it down to why somebody is not successful as a coach. And then we talked about, well, what would it take for you, right? Let's think about it again. How much was it? I asked you to write it down because I wanted to review it with you right here at this stage of the training. So what would be that amount for you? What would set you free? I really want you to put your mind to it and start dreaming. Dream about that part-time coaching practice, the full-time practice, that one that's just going to take you away, to fulfill you, make you more happy. What if you were a coach, a professional coach, highly trained in the next 90 days? What would that look like for you? What would set you free as far as income? What would set you free as far as happiness? This is a big deal. So at this point, you are at a crossroad, a beautiful, powerful crossroad. One, you can take the information that I've shared with you today. There's a lot there, and you can really take a path, go on your own, and go at it, and just really try to build that wonderful practice. Or the other road is a much more simple path. And that path is this. So consider forming an alliance with me. This is path number 2, the easiest of them all, right? So consider forming an alliance with me. If after reviewing these details with me, you believe that coaching is something you want to pursue, then I have the most incredible and advanced solution for you. It's called Pro Coach. Let's take a look. Pro Coach is the world's most advanced and live coach development system.